Everton respond to Man United's hope they can buy Branthwaite for £40 million. Man United hope to sign Everton defender Branthwaite in a cut price transfer this summer. Manchester United have been informed they have no chance of luring Branthwaite away from Everton in a cut price deal this summer, according to reports. The Red Devils reportedly had hopes of striking a £40 million bargain to bolster their defence, but Sir Jim Ratcliffe will have to meet his lofty asking price. Everton Director of Football Kevin Thelwell and manager Sean Dyche have admitted that the club will have to sell some players to stay afloat ahead of 777 partners takeover collapsing. Farhad Moshiri will be able to enter talks with other suitors once 777's exclusivity agreement expires on Friday, but the Toffees are resigned to selling some of their prized assets amid Premier League interest in Branthwaite, Amadou Onana, and Dominic Calvert-Lewin. That said, there is a determination to avoid losing any of the club's star names on the cheap, including United's priority centre-back target. According to the Mirror, Everton value Branthwaite at around double the £40 million fee the Old Trafford Giants have been preparing to table. The 21-year-old is among Europe's most talented young defenders, left-footed, and has been named in Gareth Southgate's preliminary England squad ahead of Euro 2024. Everton signed a 17-year-old Branthwaite for just £1 million from League Two side Carlisle United in January 2020 before sending him on loan to Blackburn Rovers and PSV Eindhoven. Carlisle reportedly included a 15% sell-on clause in the deal, which should hand the Cumbrians a handsome payday from his eventual sale. But Everton can divert United to their own decision to splash £80 million to sign Harry Maguire from Leicester City in 2019, making him the world's most expensive defender. Manchester City spent £78 million to sign Josko Gvardiol from RB Leipzig last summer. Chelsea also coughed up a £70 million fee to lure Wesley Fofana to Stamford Bridge from Leicester City a year earlier. The report claims Everton value Branthwaite in that territory after his sensational breakthrough season at Goodison Park. Branthwaite formed a strong partnership with James Tarkowski in the heart of Dyche's defence, making 41 appearances in all competitions. He ranked joint top for tackles made by Premier League defenders, 66, and third for interceptions, 50, reportedly also catching the eye of Man City and Newcastle United. But his links to a switch to Old Trafford have been the most prominent, and they were intensified by Raphael Varane announcing his departure as a free agent at the end of June. United have prioritised signing a long-term successor but may have to look elsewhere if Everton don't budge on his £80 million price tag. £34M star Man United agreed to sign set to snub Red Devils for a second time. Man United could face a familiar blow in the summer transfer window. Manchester United are set to miss out on Juventus midfielder Adrien Rabiot for a second time after failing to qualify for the Champions League, according to reports. Rabiot is being linked with an Old Trafford switch for a third successive summer transfer window as he nears the end of his contract in Turin. The 29-year-old is due to become a free agent next month, sparking a fresh wave of speculation surrounding a potential United move. In 2022, United reportedly agreed a deal with Juventus to sign Rabiot as an alternative option to Barcelona's Frenkie de Jong, following an unsuccessful pursuit. However, the club failed to shake on personal terms with his agent and mother, Veronique, and later signed Casemiro from Real Madrid for £70 million. United were again linked with Rabiot last summer when their £60 million swoop for Chelsea midfielder Mason Mount looked at risk of breaking down. But Mount sealed his switch, and Rabiot penned a one-year contract extension at the Allianz Stadium. The France international played an important role under Massimiliano Allegri this season, making 35 appearances and captaining the side several times. His future is up in the air again, though, as he approaches free agency amid an expectation that United will address their midfield again this summer. However, the Red Devils' worst-ever Premier League campaign looks to have cost them if their interest in Rabiot materialises. According to L'Equipe, the Juve midfielder wants to be playing Champions League football next season, something his current club can offer but United can't. Erik Ten Hag's side slumped to a record-low 8th-place finish in the Premier League, missing out on European football entirely. Last Saturday's FA Cup triumph against Manchester City booked a spot in the Europa League, but that might not be enough to convince Rabiot. Thiago Motta's imminent appointment as Allegri's successor at Juventus will also strengthen the chances of Rubio staying put. The £34 million rated star has a strong relationship with Motta, which could result in him committing his future to the old lady this summer. United's budget for a new midfielder will depend on whether Casemiro leaves as expected amid strong interest from Saudi Arabia. The 32-year-old midfielder endured a dismal second season in England and was a late exclusion from Ten Hag's FA Cup final winning squad. Even if Casemiro remains at United, a younger, more athletic midfield partner for 19-year-old prodigy Kobbie Mainoo must be near the top of transfer plans. Man United can seal Kobbie Mainoo's dream signing as £24 million transfer guaranteed. Man United have a golden opportunity to unlock a new level to Kobbie Mainoo. Manchester United have a prime opportunity to sign Kobbie Mainoo's perfect midfield partner this summer, with a reported target guaranteed to leave his club. Youssouf Fofana is set to depart AS Monaco and could be a match made in heaven to unlock a new level to Mainoo's game next season. United have reportedly made a new defensive midfielder a priority in the summer transfer window. Alongside a centre-back and striker, Casemiro is expected to leave Old Trafford just 2 years after his £70 million arrival from Real Madrid, having endured a dismal second season. The 32-year-old appears destined to become one of Saudi Arabia's latest blockbuster signings, potentially reuniting with Cristiano Ronaldo at Al Nassr. But he is the only natural defensive midfielder in Erik Ten Hag's squad, with Sofian Amrabat set to return to Fiorentina after his loan expires. Mainoo can operate as the furthest midfielder back, but truly thrives with more freedom to make an impact at both ends of the pitch. So Casemiro's departure would require a replacement who United could partner with their 19-year-old prodigy and captain Bruno Fernandes next season. And Fofana, claimed to be on the Red Devils shortlist, represents sensational value ahead of his likely Monaco exit. According to Fabrizio Romano, the 25-year-old midfielder is almost guaranteed to be available in the coming months after a stellar campaign at the Stade Louis II. Fofana is entering the final 12 months of his Monaco contract and reportedly has no intention of negotiating an extension. That is said to almost guarantee his summer exit amid interest from England, Italy, and elsewhere. Other reports state that Monaco will demand around £24 million for the France international, which could be a similar fee to what United will receive for Casemiro. Earlier this month, the League One outfit's chief executive, Thiago Scuro, hinted that Fofana could be among the players to leave. He said, "There were good opportunities for him to leave last summer. It was his decision to stay because of his personal goals. It was a very good decision for us because he had a very good and consistent season, for him too, as it was probably his best season at AS Monaco. He is probably one of the players that we are open to selling. We will see the opportunities that he has. It is still too early to make a decision." Man United receive nightmare Alejandro Garnacho request in lose-lose situation. Man United face a lose-lose situation with Alejandro Garnacho this summer. Argentina have asked Manchester United to release Alejandro Garnacho for this summer's 2024 Olympic Games in Paris, according to reports. And the Red Devils have been left with a lose-lose situation as they weigh up whether to allow Garnacho to compete for his country ahead of next season. The 19-year-old established himself as a crucial player under Erik Ten Hag last season, registering 10 goals and 5 assists in 50 appearances in all competitions. He will be eyeing further progression next term, but his preparations could be heavily disrupted if he represents Argentina at the Olympics in the French capital. According to TNT Sports Argentina, Javier Mascherano wants to add Garnacho to his squad for the football event at the Games. It will run from July 26 to August 11, a 2-week period that falls during a crucial stage of pre-season when United will be readying themselves for a much improved 2024-25 campaign. Argentina would be expected to go far in the football event, leaving Garnacho at risk of a prolonged absence from training and the Community Shield match against Manchester City on August 10. The report claims Mascherano has asked for the Red Devils' number 17 services this summer and is already awaiting responses from Chelsea for Enzo Fernandez and Aston Villa for Emi Martinez. One of Ineos and Sir Jim Ratcliffe's most pressing tasks is to ensure there is no repeat of the relentless injury issues that plagued Erik Ten Hag's squad last season. The Dutchman was hit with over 60 separate cases of injury or illness, which heavily contributed to a dismal second year in charge before salvaging it with FA Cup glory last Saturday. If Garnacho participates in the Olympics, there would be very little time for an appropriate level of rest before the next season, especially if the world champions go the distance. The Olympic football final is scheduled to take place less than a week until the Premier League kicks off on August 17. United may understandably be reluctant to sanction Garnacho's release for the tournament ahead of the first season of the Ineos era. However, they would risk upsetting one of their most prized assets if they blocked his participation in Paris. Garnacho represents the future of United alongside Kobbie Mainoo, Amad Diallo, and Rasmus Højlund. It would not be a good start to a fresh chapter in the club's history if he enters the new season disgruntled. But allowing him to feature at the 2024 Olympic Games could be just as damaging.